I'm ready. I'm ready. Are we live right now? Can they hear us talking? Oh
Oh man.
no. Hello everyone and welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in to a fantastic stop that. Another fantastic Worlds Collide stream for you all featuring our Warring Triads event. My name is Gar. I am joined in the booth today by Drinks Glue. Drinks Glue, what is going on, sir?
I'm doing well, Thickar. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Schwantz, for hosting us. Thank you, mograe and goldenshocker, for putting on this exciting match earlier today. Actually, excuse me, yesterday. And thank you, Turdsman, for tracking. But most of all, thank you, the viewer, for tuning in to joining us on this lovely 70 eating for this hot, steamy goddess action. Gar, what do we have on the table tonight for the viewers?
Hot, steamy goddess action. You already said it. So, as previously alluded to, this is not a live race. This is a vodcast. Both runners have completed their race. However, we thought that it was an exceptional race. We are not going to spoil anything. So, we want you, the viewer, to experience everything in all of its glory. So, what we have for you today is a Goddess's Edict flag set. So if you are familiar with Warring Triads, you know the rules by now. You get 4 starting characters. You're trying to find 7 characters along with 10 of those beautiful glowing stones. After 7 checks, the auto overcast and auto condemn statuses apply. I know that they have tripped me up a lot whenever I do this flag set. I imagine they trip up a lot of you as well. Multi summon is on. That is potentially a very big boon. You get extra magic points. You get additional lures. Look at those item rewards, Glue. Look at how comfortable and beautiful they all are, except for Genji Helmet,
Yeah.
which sucks.
You just want to put them on and they make you feel all nice, warm, and cozy. But unfortunately, they don't do very much damage for you unless you're cracking a thunder shield in somebody's face. So that is the interesting part of the Goddess Edict flag set. You are limited on some of your offensive magic spells. We take out Fire 1 through 3, Ice 1 through 3, and there is no Merton on the table. And so offense is a little unorthodox in how you come across it. You gotta be a little more creative. So we may see some Coliseum visits from our runners. We may see them lean a little more heavily on their abilities than you typically would, just because offense is a little harder to come by.
Absolutely. I know that I typically go to the Coliseum in Goddess Flags, basically no matter what kind of offense I've got. So, remains to be seen if our runners will do the same thing. So, one last thing of note is that there's no fire magic, there is no ice magic. The goddess hates those. And so you don't get any of those. So no fire, no ice, no Merton, none of that stuff. You do get bolt. So potentially that is on the table. And last but not least, we have a KT skip. You got to find 8 characters, 13 espers, and complete 24 checks. So here we go. Off our runners go. We have Realm, Sabin, Setzer, and Edgar. I didn't see their abilities. There's a lore Edgar. I'm sure that that's going to be terribly useful.
Looks like there was a capture lore morph start. That's a pretty good lore selection right there. We got Grand Train right off the bat. Grand Train is the strongest battle power lore in the game.
Yeah, so normally if you have a lore character, you want one of the big 3, which are Grand Train, Quasar, and Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, consider this my official petition to buff Stepmine.
Double down, creators, admins, if you were listening, please buff Stepmine ASAP.
The kingly discount, whatever you want to call it. Like, I should be able to get a lot, so I just want to basically have money.
So a little bit of diversions right off rip. Goldenshocker taking advantage of the loot in Narsh. Mograe says, I'll pass on Narsh for right now. We'll see if he goes back later. Opts to do Returner's Camp instead. Both runners with that Edgar start, I would be extremely surprised if they don't both make a visit to the castle. There is a check sitting atop the Figaro throne, in addition to some really cheap shops. So,
kind of bullshit.
Yeah, and we got a golden shocker coming across a valiant knife in the Narsh weapon shop. Unfortunately, it didn't look like anybody could wear it, but that's something to come across as we unearth a few more characters to maybe make another stop, especially if we come across a lot, because valiant knife
I
is
was gonna do stat series, but I was
part of
like,
that instant offense we mentioned that you won't
if I
find
do
from
Edgar's check
checks.
first, then at least I have
Yeah,
a year.
mograe finding a bunch of tools, sees a flash in there.
BK
We'll
being
see if he comes back and picks that up if he ever finds a tools
it's
user.
important, but nobody can use it.
Yeah, Flash is definitely one of the more useful tools in the game. Non-elemental AoE damage. It kind of scales off a little bit towards the end, but it doesn't matter. We're not at the end yet. We're in the early game, so we'll figure out the end later.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. And yes, indeed, both runners at the Figaro Castle. Chainsaw, unfortunately, is not Flash, will not be uh, the best.
No, Chainsaw is still pretty good though. It's just the problem with Chainsaw is you have a 1 in 4 chance of it flashing on your screen and proccing at attempted instant death, and that's fantastic and all. But for some of the bosses you'll be fighting, mostly you'll be fighting bosses. They're not going to be weak to instant death, so it's just kind of a wasted turn.
Yeah, a little bit. Goldenshocker finding that Genji glove in the chest there. So combined with the Valiant knife that he saw at Narsh, could potentially double swing it. I don't know who can equip it. I did miss that part.
Nobody could, but that doesn't mean we don't come across somebody later. And Valiant Knife, my dream start is a Valiant Knight offering. Doesn't matter who can wear it. That's good enough for me.
Oh yeah.
So once you see that flash up there, in your inventory.
This is a good bit.
Okay. Goldenshocker, pick us up Golem there at Gullingen. So a really nice Esper there, especially because you can multi-summon that one. So very nice calmness protection and also protection for tier 1 that likes to get really, really punchy.
Yeah, you can also bust it out when a hit does 10 hits on tier 2. So that's another thing about this flag set. I don't think we mentioned at the start, but multi-summon is a thing. So that makes some of your Espers like Tritalk, and especially Bahamut, incredibly powerful, arguably almost broken. If one of our runners can come across those early, that's game breaking, that's game changing. That also solves a lot of the problems with Kefka's Tower because you can shuffle those around. There are no lone rates on the Espers. So it's just another great source of instant non-elemental offense.
Yeah, 100%. So mograe in the World of Ruin South Figaro will get the Edgar discount here as well. Finds red jackets. The Figabros are in play, so at least both of them can equip it. It's not the best piece of armor, but if you're looking for some Merton protection or something to get off of leather armor, there you go. Also finds a Thunder Shield in a chest.
Very nice. Yeah, we can learn Bolt 2 from that Thunder Shield. Remember, we can learn Bolt 2 because Goddess is a big Thunder fan. Just not a big fan of the Fire and Ice, so Bolt spells are still in play.
Ooh, and then just a random Mega Elixir in a bucket there. You love to see it.
Very nice. So, unfortunately, South Figaro World of Ruin isn't panning out the high desirable offense you'd love to see when you have an Edgar start. Both characters are outfitted, both runners are outfitted kind of similar here, Gar. Where would you go next in your pursuit of unearthing some offense?
I think I would be doing the basement. It's when you've got a weak start like this, you kind of want to have as many shots as possible, like getting something off the ground. So doing the basement there's a bunch of chests in a relatively confined area. Go ahead and loot those. Going to Albrook also is fine. It's pretty unpopular, I would think. So it's entirely possible that Goldenshocker just never goes there. And if there's something juicy here that Goldenshocker doesn't find, well, then that could potentially put mograe ahead.
Yeah, it looks like mograe is making the choice. I'll let my opponent go to the basement, and I'll go to some of the road less traveled and see if I can find something better than what he finds down there. It's a little concerning because if you go here and you don't find anything, you spend the next hour wondering what was down there I missed out. and second guessing yourself sometimes, or at least I do. But we'll see. Mograe still got some chest to grab.
Yeah. And then Schwant's pointing out that this isn't Miranda, so
And the king
not every town can be as good as Miranda, but there are earrings here, so you
Yeah.
pick up a little bit of jewelry. You feel a little better about yourself.
I feel like I'm not gaining or losing ground in particular.
And I
with
think
Mograe.
Mograe did find another Genji glove, so I think he's already sitting on 2 Genji gloves. With Edgar, and then Saban has very high vigor. He just unfortunately doesn't have a very diverse equipment pool of the better items in the game. But we do know Edgar has a great pool of the big swords that he can swing. So if he makes a Coliseum visit here and finds something Edgar can wear, that's huge for him.
Yeah, well, speaking of huge, the Golden Shocker finds an EXP egg in the
Oh,
basement.
nice.
So
That's huge.
that is about as big as you can get. So, yeah, at this point, I would also... Okay, so Magre is also going to be looking at Thamasa. I don't hate this play.
No, and that...
Unfortunately, gosh, that egg just really warps the everything in Golden Shocker's favor. So unless Magre goes down there later and finds it, Golden Shocker's already off to like a pretty rip-roaring start.
Yeah, remember in vanilla Final Fantasy 6, there is an experience egg in a chest, so there is always a decent chance in Worlds Collide it's floating out there somewhere, almost an 80% chance, if you will. And an Ultra Sleek Seed, I think the item reanimation is 25% of this. So essentially 75% of the time, there's going to be experience egg somewhere in the world, and that's just, a huge undertaking. Magre is hoping to find it maybe in Thamasa, but it was in the basement instead, and Golden Shocker is going to ride that egg pretty hard here, and it's just going to make him uber powerful, at least one of his characters.
Yeah, and there are even more eggs for sale in World of Balance to Zen. So
Ooh, nice.
If you're looking to make an omelet, my goodness. Margaret buying some Magus hats.
What all would you put in an omelet there, Gar?
Oh, well, gotta have the eggs, of course. I love me some diced ham, some peppers, some onions, maybe some mushrooms if I'm feeling a little froggy.
Would you put some ham and pineapple in an omelet? Would you think outside the box like that?
Ooh, pineapple. I don't know if I would put pineapple in there. I'm not necessarily the biggest pineapple lad.
Well, you're missing out, my friend.
Yeah.
So Magre is visiting Sen, but he's going to visit the Sen that is not the World of Ruin, so I don't think he's going to find experience eggs here. Oh,
no,
I stand mistaken. I have my worlds confused.
So
either that or they're in both Zens.
Maybe. Wouldn't that be something? So yeah, Magre gonna sell the farm here, gonna buy at least one egg. I would love to see him pitch
there's a lot of things
that mega. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Would you sell the Thunder Shield for an egg here?
Ooh, I'm less sure about that one. It's tempting. It's very, very tempting because egg is that good.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, he's got enough for one. I don't think unless he sells the Thunder Shield, he has enough for two. He just
Elixir
the Genji
glove
glove
will get him there.
I think you hold on to the Genji glove just because you have an Edgar already. Yeah, it's okay. You can come back.
And I also didn't see if Golden Shocker actually wound up getting an egg. He is in the World of Ruin to Zen, so he's doing the collapsing house check there.
Very nice. Yeah, Golden Shocker does have to be a little bit careful though, because scaling is at a rate of 2.5 times per check. So this will be his third check, and never mind, that's Gigantos. If he gets through this fight, he'll be well off for the rest of the seed.
Yeah, just has to not die to the infinite series of throat jabs.
Yeah, he just unfortunately doesn't have much he can do, but maybe that Wing Edge can proc an insta-death.
That would be nice.
Yeah, so I think he's going to get, if he can survive this, he'll get about 6,000 experience, which is going to bump his characters up to, I'm going to guess 13.
It'll be some huge number, and fortunately, like, he's not scaled up such that he's doing super huge damage with those throat jabs.
Mm-hmm.
So just has to be a little careful on Saban because he's in the front row. Yeah, we see the potion coming out there just to make sure that he doesn't die.
I can't imagine this Gigantos having more than 1,000 HP. So, well, never mind. He has
There you
0
go.
HP now. There we go. GG's Gigantos.
And didn't catch the experience there, but Gigantos is the best source of it. So he is set. Mograe, meanwhile, finds the opposite of Gigantos.
Don't care.
Yeah, Pugs is the other monster in our box, and
Is
Zen Thief,
honestly not-
excuse me, Collapsing House for Zen, and Golden Shocker is going to nope out of that. Mograe is just going to take a reset from that level magic. Level magic is kind of the opposite end of the Giganto spectrum in that it gives 0 XP, so it's you just run away or you reset if they get
Yes.
feisty on you.
Yeah, it looks like they got feisty. I think one of them cast Fireball, which probably wipes the party. So he's just like, nah, I'm not going to bother.
I
So,
don't think it's worth it.
The reward for Collapsing House looks like is Go-Go. I'm 99% sure that's Go-Go. He has kind of a pineapple tint to him, so I can't really tell.
Fishing from Minerva.
Yeah, Go-Go, unfortunately, just not a good character.
Yeah,
I don't like him. He's stupid. He never paid taxes, so
It's very rare that I would even consider going for Minerva, honestly.
yeah, unlikely that we put him in the party here.
Yeah, we got a pretty good set of characters already. We got Brown with, her high magic power. We got Setzer, who can be useful sometimes. And then,
How much am I
yes, I think we're good off already. We just got to find something for these characters to do.
I have that much? No.
Yeah. So half off of the Esper there in the World of Ruin compared to the World of Balance. We'll see if he opts to buy it. Looks like he is doing exactly that.
Tirado, very nice.
Everyone loves a cool Earth Dragon.
I mean, it's an opportunity cost. I mean, maybe
And then Mograe finding out the hard way that all of these monsters have Reflect. And that Sketching the Goblin cast Bolt 3.
Still gonna look and see if I can find something. Damn it.
Yeah, Mograe will be alright. He was right next to the heal point. So off he goes to try to find another counter. This is probably the most awkward spot of Worlds class sometimes when you're level 3 and you take 2 or 3 chances at your first fight to get off level 3 and nothing's working for you. This Tokoto is a lot better fight, but as you can see, just the RNG is blessing Golden Shocker with the Gigantos because he's already almost level 20, and Mograe is over here sketching Tokoto for 0 damage.
Yeah, the Doomsicle, unfortunately. I think that's a drain effect.
Possible. I think I sell
Yep.
farm.
Golden
See,
Shocker,
there's the step mine. Let's go, baby.
there we go. Golden Shocker is going to get a Valiant Knife here, I think.
It's not possible.
Let's see.
Then I think I just roll them. Don't worry about
Maybe
it.
somebody could wear it.
All right, not
Nope,
possible.
nobody could wear it.
Yeah, I would
That is
absolutely
very
go
unfortunate for
with
Golden Shocker.
well,
Yeah, I think maybe he was going to put Gogo in the party if Gogo could wear it, but since he's useless, he will remain on the boat.
Yeah, so Search the Skies here for Golden Shocker. We're going to take another stab at an Esper. Let's see where Mograe goes now that he's got some levels under his belt.
This is Ultras 2 for Golden Shocker. I do not believe that he is long for this world. And then Mograe just getting super unlucky.
Yep. You can't run away from the naughty.
And the naughty doesn't give you anything.
Nope.
It's just some MP.
And he does have some bolt weakness, so Mograe took advantage of that, so he's able to get through that. But again, no experience points, so a little frustrating there.
Edgar's magic power might actually get going faster. Than
Yeah, so Golden Shocker already off to a pretty significant lead here, which is super unfortunate for Mograe, just because, where's the encounters?
Yeah,
Where's the
beef?
experience?
Where's the
Where is
beef?
the beef?
But if he makes his way over to his Collapsing House, he'll get his Gigantos fight as well. One of the stupid broken things about the Gigantos fight is that it is, again, the most experienced death fight in the game. As we saw earlier, Golden Shocker got 6, 7, 8k ish worth of experience. If mograe goes there later and fights it, um, depending on its scaling, but it can get up there to over 40k experience. And that's just such a huge boon. That's so many levels, even at the later stages. So that could be one way he can get back into this. Just pure dumb luck of fighting the Gigantos later in the seed.
Relic Ring.
Yeah, so it looks like he is opting for this monster in a box.
Is there a
Hope
very
that it is.
unfortunate,
I was gonna say hope that it's
heal
Night Stalkers, but
not heal?
PM Stalkers okay. You can dispatch this with a Revivify, a Phoenix down, or just by reducing its HP to 0. Pick your favorite.
Yeah, free hyper risk for your troubles. And looks like we got Gao at Imperial Camp. But Gao is, a good find here because we're still early enough where if Gao has a game-breaking ability, he can come in. But the unfortunate part is most of the time, and I think this is coded into Worlds Collide, is that Gao will always have Sketch as an ability. So we'll see if that's the case here.
Yeah, gotta love the sketch runic Gal, you know. But who knows? Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be like Sword Tech or Throw. Preferably not both, I don't think. But I mean, even if it is both, it's probably fine.
Well, both is pretty great because then when you don't need the multi-target from Sword Tech 7, you can just throw, a Ninja Star for your quad 9 damage.
My personal favorite, the one that, the first, really good race that I was ever in, World of Ruin.
I think it's going to be Capture.
And I didn't get it. It's like...
Capture GP
it was
Ring.
heartbreaking, though.
Jump would be huge because goldenshocker I know has a Dragon Horn. There's a chance mograe has it as well, as long as it wasn't in the South Figueroa basement. But default vanilla jump with the Dragon Horn is pretty powerful. It's in the S tier of abilities and combos.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what?
So
it's not worth sitting here all day.
we will see here shortly. This veteran has a pretty beefy amount of HP. Goldenshocker should be able to get through it okay, given his levels. Mograe probably going to have a little bit of a tougher time here.
I think he has enough MP now for his Grand Train as well, so just a Revivify for the Dolahan knockoff. And then he'll be able to get through his... No, again, he doesn't have Revivifies, I guess.
Runic and Slot were the abilities there, so...
Ooh, send him back.
Slot is okay early, and then falls off really, really hard towards the late game, so...
Yeah, it's okay. He can spend some time back on the Velt and maybe learn some new abilities.
Mograe, I think, opted to pop a Thunder Rod there, which I did not notice that anybody had, so...
Auto overcast yet? My God.
Oh, he is thinking about it.
I'm pretty sure Saban's close to 30.
Okay, opts to set out Saban there.
Well, that's pretty good magic power for a Gao.
Yeah. Gao stats in general are pretty decent. In the vanilla game, that would be counterbalanced by the fact that he is limited to just rage for his damage output.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Plus, he can't equip anything worthwhile.
The snow muffler.
So yeah, he can't equip anything worthwhile.
Go into the,
Hey now. They're very cozy.
Yeah, Gao's weapons don't matter because he can't swing them anyways. But the snow muffler is very nice. Only he, Mog, and obviously Mario can equip it in the vanilla game. Goldenshocker is taking his Baron Falls. Mograe is going to go capture his free check from Zetzer. And what was this? I think this was an Esper.
Golem Esper, I think.
Yep. Very nice. And we'll see where they go next.
Appreciate it, but
number 6,914 here on the waterfall. Weak to bolt, dies to bolt.
A little irresponsible for that machine just to be hanging out in water. You think it would be programmed to a little more self-aware of his surroundings.
You'd think, but Sid, in addition to being a war criminal, just really doesn't know anything about machinery.
I mean, if it's lock, I'd drop everything.
Or transfusing magic into people.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so looks like Mogre's decided it's time to, go back to the grocery store and do a little more grocery shopping. I think he's going to cash in for some more eggs here. Yep, that's exactly what he's going to do. Kieran at the water for a golden shocker. That is his 7th check, so that triggers the auto overcast and the auto condemn. So things will get a little more interesting on golden shocker side of the screen.
Yeah, worth noting too that neither runner has gone to the Coliseum yet. I wonder if part of that too is just because they don't really have a great way of getting through any of the fights. Like their weapons are kind of bad, and they don't have a Numaro to kind of carry them through all of that. So we might see a dive later. That looked like a character. I can't tell.
So
Actually, it's a little
Mogre
concerning.
passed
was
on
a kid.
experience egg number 2, and looks like he went for the Esper for the Zen Thief. So interesting choice there. I don't think there's any right or wrong answer, but I probably would have went for the egg. What would you have done there, Gar?
It's an easy
I
decision.
am also a big egg lover,
Leader.
but I kind of see where Mogre's coming from too, because now he's 5-3. He needs to get something off the ground here, and like even if it's bad, even if it's
So
casting
far
your
has
flares or
shown
your
he
pearls,
can't fly as much as
it's still better than like swinging like a chocobo brush or whatever Realm's got going on.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to get our first peek at the belt here. Golden Shocker has Bahamut on his screen and a Strength +1 Esper apparently. So Golden Shocker is cooking very well, in fact. A
Yeah.
good heads up here play from Mograe. Your belt reward cannot show up from a pincer attack or a back attack. So there's no sense in doing that fight. Just run away from it. Pincer, you get a very quick ATB bar fill for your run away animation, so just get on out of there.
Yeah, I'd also consider running away from this just because it's going to take forever for these things to die.
Not if you can do Chocobop every time.
Well, yeah, I guess if you can Chocobop, it's fine. I can't Chocobop because I'm bad at the game, so
I'm willing to
unfortunately.
take this risk.
Oh, step mine again. Let's go.
Oh no, that might be a friendly target step bind.
I should probably check and
Right.
see paladins.
Golden Shocker gonna show us what's on in the Fenton train.
The
I
question is if it does
can't
have paladins,
remember how high his magic defense is, but this slot might just tickle him. Yep, there it is.
The goblins, the Figalizzes, I think it's the Inuo as well, the one that kind of looks like a pile of snot. I think all of those have like gigantic magic defense, so you'll want a Chocobop if you can hit the Chocobops.
See, 2 cast
Yeah, that's unfortunate. A lot of ability points, but no reward.
Yeah, so hopefully this Lobo will cough up the Gao reward, and hey,
Ooh,
it's
and a
Shadow.
Yeah, that's nice.
Actually, my armor's a little.
Shadow has some pretty good stats. Obviously in the vanilla game, he has one of the best abilities, probably the best in throw. So let's see what this Shadow has cooking.
Yeah, worth noting too that we've seen a bunch of bad abilities, so
I mean,
this has to be
honestly,
good.
it's me getting,
Well, okay, GP Rain
still
is
on, what do you call it?
it's fine right now. You want to pivot off of that at some point.
But Gigantos.
Looks like he's gonna go cash in his free Shadow check, maybe for another character, another ability.
Can we just let
What do we
me
get?
an offering for free?
Ooh, Genji armor.
Nice set of Genji
I'll have
armor.
to look because like
At least everybody can wear the
this
Genji
year,
armor pretty
like,
much.
he's in such amazing shape.
Yeah.
Or-
Schwantz in chat asking the real questions though, like who can use that V?
Well, Mograe didn't go to World of Balanced Narsh to check the weapon shop. That was Golden Shocker. So Mograe doesn't know it's there. So Shadow very well could, but again, it doesn't matter. Mograe doesn't know they exist.
Meteor's good.
Yeah, it's fair.
Those were cured too.
But to Mograe's detriment, hopefully Shadow can't, because if he can't and
Probably need to.
Golden Shocker stumbles across him here shortly, you're almost inclined with experience eggs, if it's a toss-up, to put the marginal character in your party if it's any type of difference, just because they come in at your party's average level. And if your experience egg wearers are level 30 and your other character 22, the characters you find are going to be right in the middle of that, so they're going to start off 4 levels higher. So you're almost more inclined to take your characters in that's going to give maybe Golden Shocker more incentive to go up there and see if his newfound shadow can wear that VK. And I think he might.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that at some point mograe is going to go into Narsh. But the problem right now for him is that there's no really good reason for him to. Like there's nothing there other than Kefka Narsh, and we are at the point where Kefka Narsh is just like the furthest thing from his mind. So,
yeah, when you have 4 character starts and we've already found 3 characters in Mograe's chance, there's almost, unless we find Mog, there's no chance we ever go up to Kefka Narsh. Or ever enters his
or
mind.
Terra. And those would be like the only 2 times where you'd want to go into Narsh at this point. Unless maybe like towards the end of the seed you're desperate for some offense, and so you're going into shops that you haven't checked, and then you go into Narsh and wham bam, thank you ma'am, give me my VKs. Golden Shocker finding what was that, Marshall and a bunch of Red Wolves at the end of Phantom Train. Easiest Marshall formation that you can find by far. Every other formation is incredibly rude in one way or another.
Mograe still hasn't hit his 7th check because he doesn't have the counter over his head yet. But after he's out of the Serpent Trencher, I think he should start popping up for him.
Yeah, meanwhile, Golden Shocker 6 and 7 at 28
Oh my
minutes in.
goodness.
So, he is zooming.
He is in world record territory. Yeah, so 2 more Minerva for Mograe. That's very nice. He's going to see who can wear it. And 0 for 3. 1 for 3. Yeah, unfortunately, only Edgar can wear it. But that's all right, as long as somebody can wear it.
As long as Edgar feels pretty, and I am sure that he does right now. Also worth noting that that second encounter there was Fossil Fangs, which gave him like 20,000 gold.
Quite a bit of money. That's money to go back to the market for some chicken eggs.
Make that omelet, Mograe.
He's gonna risk it here with the Telstar. He's gonna flash some Bolt 2 in his face. Yeah. All right. He took down the Telstar. Piranhas on the screen for Golden Shocker. Piranhas are one of the more annoying fights in Final Fantasy VI. There's no real skill to it. You just gotta hope there's an invisible timer blesses you, and if it doesn't bless you, you sit here for up to 55 seconds, kill a bunch of fish that do nothing for you. Your end game, yeah, its hit sometimes surprises you.
I was fully ready to use
But you want to be blessed with the appearance of the purple fish. Once the purple fish appears on your screen, you can kill that jerk and get your very minimal experience and your reward and get on out of here.
I think it was you, Glue, that like last time we talked about eating piranha. Would you eat a piranha? With some like pineapple or something.
I don't eat seafood, so no. I do want to start eating like more salmon and just fish in general because it's a better alternative than red meat. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I am really starting to hate chicken. I've eaten chicken for lunch every day for like the past 12 years. I probably eat chicken for lunch 5 days out of the week.
I used to work in a kitchen. I fried up so much chicken that I hated it for a while too.
Oh, it's not fried. It's just grilled chicken breast and
I fried it. I rotisserie oven. So much chicken. Thousands.
But to get back to your piranha, maybe one day. Maybe one day. Never say never.
Never say never. I'll go to Brazil one day. I'm sure that. If I'm not mistaken, I think that piranhas are native to like the Amazon rivers that run through there. So.
All right, pivotal moment here for Golden Shocker. He's far and away ahead of Mograe. He's got the levels. He's got the game knowledge. Can he round out the puzzle with some fine pieces of equipment from the Coliseum? And another Valiant Knife, just toying with him at this point. Gauntlet for his Mega Elixir, another Dragon Horn, and
the hero ring for that hardened dagger, but
I don't want to see
just not
stupid value.
really a lot on the table. That VK's nice if somebody can wear it. And
Oh, we
you
know
just fight a
nobody
neck
can.
hunter for it. But yeah, like nobody on Golden Shocker side can. Mograe,
Yeah,
well, Mograe doesn't know.
No. So Mograe is gonna get his Gajantos counter here, I think, and I'm really curious to my point earlier, how much more experience is it gonna give compared to what it gave Golden Shocker?
I'm just gonna take it just with the assumption.
Yeah, it's probably a very significant amount, assuming
Yeah,
that
so-
he opens up the
Yeah,
monsters in a box.
Honestly, that's
Yeah, because we got it'll be a multiplier of 10 with his four espers, six characters.
Like,
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be 24K.
I am gonna put it down to about 20K.
Statue ready. That's really the problem.
Okay, chat, get your predictions for this robust number that's about to appear on our screen. Because he's taking the first one, which was the pugs. I think there's a good chance he goes back for the second one on his way out.
Yeah, it looks like it. Wait, did he get the kid? He must have. I think. Okay, yeah.
Probably. If not, he'll be fine. But he's a small kid. He can fit into a small space. That's safe.
I don't know why he's just sitting there. Like, just run out, dude.
I mean, saving with his sky render is only going to get so far, I think.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Mograe's scaling is such that like the throat jabs actually hurt.
You know what, speaking of...
They don't hurt enough, but they do hurt.
Just a little bit. But that's fine. Mograe's offense is more robust than Golden Shocker when he came here, so he's not dependent on a wing edge. He'll be able to get through this just fine, because Gigantos has very, very poor magic defense, so really anything that can tickle him spell-wise will take him down.
That bolt 2 is going to do it. 22.
All right, so we split. Peace ring on the way out for good measure. With that Grand Train being the king so far for Mograe, there's a chance he can take his go-go in here, because that's another source of Grand Train.
It is, and it comes out quick because Mimic has no like it has no wait time or anything like that. The biggest problem is that it's go-go. The
Yamaro's
biggest problem.
So Yamaro's sighting for Golden Shocker. If he comes across some dried meat, that will give him his 8th character when he goes to the Belt for his shadow, and that will give him skip. Mograe just needs to find make his way over to Daryl's tomb, and he'll get his character as well, his 8th character as well.
Yes. So again, it's just one of those things where I'm not sure if Mograe's ever actually going to go there, just because he's got more enticing checks that he can take advantage of. So I'm looking at Floating Continent right now and saying, my gosh, that has 3 espers on it. So if I'm in Mograe's shoes, well, first of all, I think if I'm in Mograe's shoes, I go and check the Coliseum. Because you're starting to get to the point where you need to start putting together some offense.
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it's restricted.
And then I'm going to FC.
There is a good chance. The argument I would make for him going there is that we have our 7 characters. We have our character requirement. So now we just need espers. It's the problem with going to Floating Continent. If it's three espers, that's awesome. But if it's 1 or 2 characters, that's a lot of time invested for something we don't need anymore. And that's just would be unfortunate. So he could backtrack and start doing his starting characters checks to kind of round out the number of espers he's going to need from a play like Floating Continent or whoever the other new character was. Gal, well, or I did Gal's check. Gal has 2 checks, but I could just gonna give him kind of a roundabout way and make some future decisions.
Yeah. So Mograe now 7 and 5, maybe 7 and 6 if the tracker isn't updated. But closing in on Golden Shocker. Golden Shocker taking a peek at that VK. I saw a name. I didn't see which name it was.
Speaking of a name nobody didn't see, we're joined tonight by Turdsman as our
I want a refund. Cal being a BK user. I'm still gonna look for offering because odds are I'll get at least one more character before it's all said and done. That's fair. Let's see. I probably. Let's see. I got that red jacket. Should I take the dragon here? Kind of on the fence on this one. Like, do I want the dragon? Like, I'm so far ahead of scaling that, like, the dragon's actually not in my favor, I think. I think I'd blow by it.
Mario's Cave, which can be a character, esper, or an item.
No, I have to
Yamaro's
take
Cave
it.
is peekable in World of
I
Balance
know,
Arts if you climb the
I
mountain.
didn't realize I had
The little
to
hole
follow
Yamaro
you.
sticks out of can be a character, and if it's a character that you know that
Yeah,
character's in that
absolutely.
spot, but we haven't seen anybody climb that actual mountain yet, so we don't know if this is a character. So it could be anything.
Could be anything, yeah. And to chat, we do apologize. Glue, apparently we were muted for a few seconds there. Anyway, we just talked about all of you in chat. We said like really, really cool things about like you and your family and your friends.
Yeah, we had a promo code for the Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide website. If you missed it, you missed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you could have gotten 90% off of the Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide subscription service. So, you know,
Yeah,
just
my
be on the
man.
lookout. We give these away all the time.
Everybody
So,
just took a ton of damage for
Guardian up here for mograe. He's got Bolt, but so does Guardian. Wave Cannon is going to hurt.
Oh, that's a very vicious wave cannon there. So Guardian again, weak to bolt, weak to water. Also, by the way, great heads up play there from Aquawake. Guardian is kind of a glass cannon, but the glass is kind of full in his case. He's pretty easy to take down. He just unfortunately has a little more HP than your typical glass cannon. So you just go survive 2 or 3 rounds of some nasty attacks, and then he tapers off. And usually by then, most people have taken him down. So great first fight here, because nice thing about seeing Guardian is he has a very big experience pool, and I'm a big fan of fighting as many Guardians as possible if you can.
Oh yeah, 100%. So mograe making use of that morph, getting that Bolt 2 to do over 8,000 damage from Realm. That is the power of morph. And goldenshocker, meanwhile, finds the opposite of Guardian, which is Doomgaze. And if you didn't know that Doomgaze was the opposite of Guardian, you're welcome.
Doom Games opens with level 5 Doom, but goldenshocker is fine. His levels are not divisible at 5, so they get to stay alive. But unfortunately, with no access to fire magic, Doomgaze can be a little difficult here. That Bolt 2 is not going to cut it against Doomgaze, so we'll have to do some different avenues for our offense here.
He's got Pearl and he's got Flare, so should make it okay. It's just a question of how rude does Doomgaze feel like being? How many times does he want to cast Doom or Arrow? Actually, Arrow coming out here would not be the worst. I guess you already have Grand Train. It's whatever.
Yeah, if he did cast Arrow on us, we would learn it. But as you can see, we're dependent on Grand Train and Pearls here because Molt 2 is nullified, and we got I think saving his swing and a Strato.
It's something like that.
Yeah, it's one of the science swords, so they don't matter. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's a great sword. It just nobody likes science, so nobody cares about it.
It's true.
All right, floating cot number 1 is an Esper from mograe. That is great news if you are a fan of mograe on his team, or just like him in general. If you're a decent person, you probably like mograe, because who doesn't like mograe? If you don't like mograe, I'm going to go out on a limb and say you're an awful person.
At the
I'm gonna be right out there on that limb with you because Mograe is like one of the coolest people I've ever met. I
And
mean, I've never met him, but if I did meet him, he would be one of the coolest people.
and Yahtzee for Mograe, that's Katana Soul flashing up on his screen. That's what you want to see here in this monster box.
Oh, and gets
This
the
is what we were
instant
looking
Slayer
for.
edge. Let's go.
Nice. Huge.
And goldenshocker, meanwhile, taking out that Doom Gaze. So very, very happy. I am sure to just get that nasty fight out of the way.
Yeah, back to saves just so he doesn't have to do it again, just in case. Offering for Mograe, unfortunately, we don't have anything to go with it. But I bet as soon as he sees the land again, as soon as he is done with his floating island, he's going to go visit the Colosseum to see what he can pair with his offering.
Hopefully, the answer to that question is something that rhymes with Valiant Knife. But you never
Valiant
know.
Life?
I tried to think of something and it wasn't happening.
Yeah, so
Still have to look, right?
I think nobody in Mograe's party can wear that Valiant Knife because it was really just down to Shadow. Shadow's the only wild card that could possibly do it, and he didn't put Shadow in the party, so he's gonna be disappointed if he trades that sleeping bag for a Valiant
I
Knife.
spent a lot of time looking.
Except for the GP he can get for selling it.
Yeah, so maybe Mograe has something in his inventory that goldenshocker doesn't, and so like when he goes to the Colosseum, he'll find something that he doesn't. Best case scenario, probably Atma weapon at this point.
Yeah, he does have Zetzer, so fixed dice is an immediate play if he can come across it. And then Hail Mary type scenario, I don't think he would equip a sniper here if he had to, but just another option that pairs well with an offering.
Yeah.
And this is character number 8 for goldenshocker. He's touching the skull, and whoever is the owner of that skull is coming out mad.
So that's interesting.
Oh, and it's locked though, so that's great news.
Okay,
That Walder Balance weapon shop is about to get some business.
Sure is. You just have to get through the Senor Behemoth, which is nice. It gives Realm a nice piece of armor to wear since she can't wear anything else.
Oh, that's an Ultima coming out. I don't think that's a friendly Ultima. I think
think
that's a hostile.
Yeah, that's a hostile Ultima. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the game we're playing.
That's
followed by
that's,
video?
oh no.
Okay.
Yeah. Things are getting serious on goldenshocker screen. He literally had no trouble getting up to this point in time, but Zetzer is friendly fighting. Out comes Meteor. This is the most hostile Senior Behemoth I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I've never seen Senior Behemoth be this aggressive.
Oh my god.
Followed by the surge.
Let's calm down and talk about our problems here. There is no need for this type of violence today. Alright, so he's wasting an elixir. Well, not wasting, he's utilizing.
We really do this to the team.
Goldenshocker.
I know you're trying to defend your
What? What did you do?
Alright, oh my god.
Goldenshocker, what did you do?
Stop queuing up attacks, my friend. Alright, so I think we've seen every non-elemental spell in the game.
You good?
Is that a friendly trade? No, it's
You got me. You got me on this one.
Oh no!
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's unbelievable.
that is hilariously awful.
That's the worst.
Is that even like
That is the worst Senior Behemoth I have ever seen. It's not even close.
Top tier abilities.
So I guess goldenshocker scaling is a little bit up there, I would say. That is unfortunate. Meanwhile, Mograe is at the end of Floating Continent. He is finding the boss Yeti, not the character Yeti.
Yeah, get those dabbing Yetis in the chat. Let's go.
Yeah, but goldenshocker not to be deterred. He's going to give this another try. Kudos to him. I would be scared for my life going back down into this cave, but he's going to go for it. He knows the prize here is worth it. That lock swinging 2 Valiant Knives.
Double down in the chat. Also, hey, I have a thing for you. Double Down pointing out that you cast Pearl and Flare on the Senior Behemoth, and he goes wild. For you new and perhaps old Worlds Collide players out there, don't cast those spells on him. I think even like the Pearl proc from an Illumina might do it, but I might be wrong about that.
So another Esper from mograe who is coming back down to join us on planet Earth. Where's he going to go next?
Well, God, I'm kind of discombobulated right now. That Senior Behemoth just kind of my whole life now revolves around this monster. Anyway, so mograe looks like he is parked outside of Mount Colts. He is going to get whatever Esper is up there. I would really love to see him take a dip into that Coliseum.
Yeah, I believe this was an Esper for goldenshocker earlier, the Mount Colts play. But this will put mograe one Esper away from requirements, while goldenshocker, who had that huge lead, is over here trying to get revenge of the Senior Behemoth. Going better for him this time, fortunately.
Yeah, we get the undead side now, so this version is a lot less aggressive. And is susceptible to instant death if you have it.
I think he only has level 5 Doom. He doesn't have X-Zone or Doom, but level 5 Doom has a 1 in 5 chance of
as opposed to like
taking this guy down.
And I would love to see goldenshocker cast it, just because, like, if it hits, so swag. But
that would be the poetic way to get your revenge on this guy.
We have a grand choo-choo train taking him out instead. So, Grats goldenshocker on your lock. It is kind of funny that both of our runners have like different pieces of the puzzle, right? mograe has that offering, but no Valiant Knife, or no Valiant Knife wielder. And goldenshocker has the Valiant Knife, has the person who can use it, and isn't even going to look at the abilities. He knows what he's going to do.
Yeah, well, he does have the Genji Glove as well, so 2 Valiant Knives is better than 1 Valiant Knife. So I think that's what he's going to go with.
Yep. Just missing that offering, so
who had that Moogle
still, like, double swinging a VK is a very, very solid plan.
Yeah, plus you can hop right back in here, get one of Locke's checks right out of the way very fast. And though knowing mograe's piece of the pie, goldenshocker has a lot of quick avenues to an Esper. It's just a matter if he picks them fast. Or actually, he's going to need 2 Espers now. That's just armor for him. No Esper in the weapon shop.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what's left on the table for goldenshocker. I think that we still have Alzur's Mansion on the table. We haven't done the Robo check yet.
We have Shadow on the belt, so we have both of Gal's checks. Obviously, we have Zone Eater. And then Alzur's. Yep.
Alzur's and then lock checks.
Yep.
Like whatever remains of them.
Yeah. It is Valiant Knife time. I'm glad to finally see this pay off, because we found it like at the 1 minute mark, and then to take almost an hour to finally find somebody that can wear it and utilize it is good to see it pay off.
Yeah, so
watch him not have enough money now. No, he's got enough money.
He's got a ton of stuff to sell. He's got that flash in his inventory that he can get rid of.
Yeah, the cursed ring sells for a little bit. Did he just sell the Genji Club? Maybe he has 2 I don't know about.
Did he sell it? I hope not.
I think earrings are here. No, they're not.
All right, mograe finally cashing in for some more experience eggs. I'd go ahead and pull the trigger. Get them all.
The problem with the EXP egg at this juncture is that he is 7 and 8. He's not going to get too much mileage out of these eggs. It probably represents. Well,
here's the funny thing about.
It's like 10 levels. It's not bad.
Here's the weird thing about experience in Worlds Collide is that at this point in time,
I was thinking that
our runners would almost maybe get more experience from the few fights they have left
Wait, did I?
than they had the entire seed before, just because the way experience scales. Um, so I'm not super opposed to it. If your power overwhelming, it is a little debatable because we're relying so heavily on not S tier offense, but we're just kind of getting it by. So when you take an airing spot away, it gets a little more dicier
A kung fu
in
shot.
some scenarios. So is it worth it? It's a matter of personal opinion. I still do always am a big believer of just get the levels, figure the rest out later. Get the levels, go, and let the gods bless you another way.
Yeah, no, it's not a wrong play by any stretch of the imagination. Any time that you can get more levels, you're doing yourself a favor. And it doesn't even matter what your offense is. Like, look at that Saban there. Saban has been single swinging like a stupid Skyrender or some stupid crap, and it just did over 5K. That's not bad. That's not
No.
bad at all, and it's only gonna get better.
So that was a Mega Elixir from South Figure OK for Locke is 0 for 2 on the Esper Giveth. So it looks like he's going to go underground, lean into one of his starting characters checks, and see if he can get some Espers down here underground. This is a pivotal moment because Goldenshocker is either about to get his requirements, and he already has skip, or he's about to waste 7 minutes worth of his time and add very little to his way in getting towards the unlock, other than
It's actually a little bit more
unearthing some information. So let's find out here. Pivotal moment.
He has EXP.
Mograe, now it's 7 and 9, so has some options for some quick peeks here.
I'm also doing this.
I think at this point I would be sorely tempted to go and take a look at the auction house and see if you can buy your way to freedom. The unfortunate thing with that is that Mograe just spent all of his money on a couple of eggs, which again, don't hate, but it does make the auction house a little bit less of an attractive option.
Just trying to get something to get me on the table.
That's okay because we still have. Looks like we still have Esper Mountain on the table, and Realm was a starting character. I don't remember what this was, but good chance he's a character. Excuse me, an Esper here.
I believe it was an Esper.
Yeah, because Goldenshocker did this. I just don't remember what it was, but Turdsman, if you say it's an Esper,
maybe this is the Bahamut Esper. Mograe doesn't have Bahamut.
Oh, I think you're right. I think that's exactly what it is.
Ooh, quarter coming out. Great heads up play there. Leader is a pushover, so you could do pushover things to him like cast quarter.
By the way, I just set up a prediction in the chat, so if you want to bet yourself some channel points on whether or not this Ancient Castle and Engine Room play gives Goldenshocker go mode, go ahead and predict your channel points. Enjoy.
Let's take a look.
I'm doing my part.
I'm going to say no because I'm going to play the odds. He needs 2 for 2, and there's no giving it's 2 for 2.
I fully believe in this. Like, look at that Illuma. There's no way that he's not hiding a glowing stone in between those guns.
Do you think one of the Espers crawled their way out of the Magitech Research Facility just to be captured by Dad Illuma?
I think so. Yeah.
I think they made it farther than that. And it didn't take very long.
I lost. I already lost.
That sucks.
Good news is if I had to pick one of the items in the pool, I would take that red cap for Locke. I still probably would have rather had an Esper there, though, if I was Goldenshocker.
This is actually
Mograe just got his requirements.
Yeah, it looks like the Esper Mountain was dead. I just didn't see what the reward was.
Oh, that was the Mega Elixir. I completely forgot. Oops.
Why did he reset out of that?
I still don't feel like I'm.
I think he's going for his skip, so he was just peeking it.
I feel like I could.
But his skip is at Daryl's tomb.
Really saying a lot.
So it is peekable. He may go there. He's flying some direction. He's going to Shadow. This could be a character as well, because we haven't seen this yet. If you're a Goldenshocker here, and you went 0 for 1, and you struck out the first time, would you go ahead and venture down into the castle and keep going, or...?
Yeah, so I think that in Golden Shocker shoes you kind of have to. You don't have access to that shadow, uh,
Plus,
and
it gives him some options at an offering. We know it's not here, but he can still pray and
I'd
hope.
pay good money if this was.
yeah, if he wants to open up some chests and hope that he spikes an offering, that would be a decent game plan. So uh, another Esper here for Mograe,
Doesn't really do anything for me at this point.
and it looks like he's going to take this one. So
If I needed cash money
I
for
think
like
he
100K or
knows
something, maybe.
by now that there's either a character
I don't even need that.
at. He didn't go underground, so he knows he's down to underground, Kefka at Narsh, Owser's, or Daryl's tomb. So I think that's what he was just kind of doing, is doing some character spiking.
That's ridiculous.
yeah,
Because to be flirting with the skip and unlock at 55, 56, 57 minutes is really impressive.
no, that's a great time.
Like this could have been just such a
Especially
fast,
given
like,
just like
run
how
through
the
for
seed
the
has
last
gone
minute
as
for,
far as the offense, because it has not been terrific.
not even like
No, it has
60K
not at all.
but just
Golden Shocker finds Alexander.
Ooh, Ultimo.
There it is. There's your Ultima. There's what you want to cast.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, and I take the dragon. You might as well take the dragon while you're here. You came all the way down here. You got to come away with something.
Well, if nothing else, you come away with the arrow lore. So
All right. So I don't think we've touched on this part of the Goddess flag set, and this is not unique to Goddess. It's a part of all of the War and Triad flag sets. Is what is waiting in Kefka's tower? What is waiting in the wings when our characters make their way into the tower, Gar?
the statues are shuffled, and if you are familiar with the statues, you know how deadly and dangerous they are, especially at the level of scaling that both of our runners are at. So that's Doom, Poltergeist, and Goddess. They may not necessarily be in their vanilla locations, but they will be shuffled amongst themselves. They will have to fight all three of them in order to get through the seed. Mograe petting the dog, so
Kudos to Mograe.
that's really good. Thank you, Mograe.
So
That's better than.
the statue bosses in Final Fantasy 6, are some of the tougher in the game. We have Poltergeist, who has very high defense all around. So typically, Poltergeist you want to tackle with some defense ignoring attacks like a Valiant Knife or an Atma weapon or a Grand Train. One of those, which was what we have. So it could be very pivotal here for some of our runners, especially Mograe. Do they take Poltergeist on with the right party? We also have Doom, who is the easiest of the three statue bosses. He casts some ice spells and he just gets a little annoying. Not too hard. Then we have Poltergeist, or excuse me, then we have Goddess, who looks like Mograe is fighting the Valiant Knife. It's a little too late, and
Yeah, Shadow can indeed.
Shadow
equip them.
can, yeah,
And so can Gal for whatever that's worth.
yeah. That's a bummer for Mograe right there, because if he and Goldenshocker just combined their Valiant Knife pieces, they would be unstoppable. But they're just on opposite ends of the puzzle there.
Yep.
Probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, Arco VK is so cool when you can get it online, but
I'm down to like the only box I didn't touch.
But going back to Goddess, Goddess absorbs lightning. She absorbs Pearl or Holy Elemental. And she's a little unique in her combat script in that she will cast Love Token 1/3 of the time when she is targeted with a physical attack. Basically, what Love Token does is just make someone True Knight, equip the True Knight relic, and it only benefits her. You may have seen her on a graphic that pops up on her screen. It looks like she has a big pineapple on her head. She's kind of X-rated depending on what version of Final Fantasy 6 you play. And yeah, so those are the three bosses waiting our runners in Kefka's Tower.
So Mograe is putting in Shadow.
What do you think of this play here? What level is Shadow? Let's do
Shadow's
that
like
first.
level 14, yeah.
Mograe, I love you, but get him out of there.
I don't know. I don't know
Get him
if
out
I
of there.
hate this. That's the problem because
Get him out of there.
I like
You got to kill a dragon. You got to kill two dragons
You
to get
gotta
him
kill two
respectable.
dragons, and I think that's doable.
Well, two dragons is gonna get him not even get him up to like level 30, low 30s.
Oh, with those eggs? Oh, you better believe.
Sucker shouldn't have power on.
Now you cannot equip 2 eggs and get 4 times the experience, unfortunately.
No, it does not work like that.
Are we sure though? Have we ever tried it?
It does not work like that.
Okay.
Well,
It looks like he's hunting his skip, because this is purely a character play.
So how am I gonna?
Golden Shocker doing the very not feel good move of doing Zone Eater at the 1 hour and 2 minute mark. That does not feel good at all, but that is in the situation he is in. He needs 1 more Esper, and he is just searching hope, women, a prayer.
as long as the bridge troll cooperates, this is a pretty quick check.
Well,
If
this is
it
the
doesn't-
toughest boss in the game right here.
That's true. He's in a good spot now, and then he wasn't.
You got greedy for the barrier ring. But yeah, oh no.
Yeah, try to get in on the left side, but that's the bridge troll for you.
Yeah, the bridge troll is as dangerous as the senior behemoth, and it could take you a couple tries to get past him. Yeah, mograe resetting. Kefkat Narsh was not a character. He is honing in, narrowing down to his Daryl Toons play. Let's just see if he gives up before he goes there.
I think if I'm Mograe, I just don't even worry about it. Like I take like the 2, possibly 3 dragons it takes to get Shadow up to some passable level, and then you gotta go. Like it's about that time.
Yeah, it's about that time for Daryl. No, he was going there, but he turned around. That's a bummer.
So he may be doing like a peek here to see if this is a character.
I'll just do the extra cycle.
Yeah, that's probably one of. I think the hope here is he has 2 chances as a character plus a dragon. But as we know, this is only a red cap, which will go right for his shadow with his 2 valiant knives. But nope, he's still in
Yeah,
character
gonna
only
reset out
mode.
of it. So
Yeah, and let's see what Golden Shocker finds here, and it is Mog. That is
that's the opposite of what you want, I think.
Yep, and we're gonna warp out of here. The good news is now that Mog's checks are all lumped together in one convenient spot, so at least now his Esper search will be very conveniently located all in the same town.
Guess this is probably the best.
All right, Mograe is at the correct spot, is going to get his skip here. But oh gosh, Mograe, if you're still in the chat, do dragons, homie.
I mean, even
Do
if I
10
had
million
all this
dragons.
out, it's probably the fastest place to get 2 checks.
Well, what dragons does he have on the table? He can do Kefka, or excuse me, he can do
Both
Wonderu and Narsh,
of the
Opera.
ones in Kefka and Opera.
Or that, or I could roll the RNG.
He hasn't done Wold of Ruin Narsh, so he could have climbed up there, and that's Doomgaze. But you almost want to see a Doomgaze there because you want more experience for your shadow. You definitely don't want to fight a leader or a tunnel armor.
Hey, now I do like me some tunnel armor. I just like it for the elixir it spits out.
All right, so Golden Shocker has triggered his Lone Wolf. This will give him 2 chances at an Esper. We'll get the choice between Lone Wolf, an item that Lone Wolf has, and whatever he throws off the cliff, and then it could be a character, Esper, or item. If it is not the Esper we need, we will be located right next to the Kefkat Narsh fight. Mograe finding his 8th character, that feels great. But again, Golden Shocker, basically 2 chances back to back right here for his 10th Esper.
Yeah, so unfortunately, like at this level of scaling, the Stooges are just really, really awful. So if Shadow can stay alive, he'll get a good chunk of experience from this.
That's
pretty big
part
if.
of the. That's a big if as well, because that's part of the problem too. Is any AOE attack is going to kill Shadow, like this one right now. So now you're spending most of this fight just playing Zombie Revivify. Well, never mind. He has a Thunder Shield, so he can survive some Bolt.
It is worth noting too that Larry, which is the guy in the blue, is vulnerable to instant death, and Mo is vulnerable to Berserk, and I don't think that mograe has Berserk, but if he does, you can do it.
So here's a question for you, as we just saw. With Shadow's levels being so low, he's basically going to be spend most of his time as a zombie with a Valiant Knife. So there could be a little bit of friendly fire situation going on with that Shadow as we try to get him through these fights. So a lot of risk here for the ultimate reward of Octo VK Knife Swinger.
Yeah, so as long as Shadow has a Thunder Shield, I don't think he can die here.
No, he's good for this part.
So he's good to go here. But yeah, as his max HP goes up, the risk to his party increases. So as long as mograe can keep him alive, this should be fine. We see 26k, I think was the number there. So you double that for Edgar, or excuse me, you double that for Shadow, and then you give him that much experience. So he's probably level 20 something now. Yeah, 26.
Yeah. So
with that VK, I don't know.
It would be heartbreaking if he puts in all this work to get that Shadow up to par, and then on Final Kefka he backstabs him. Because that's the risk with your Valiant Knife offering user, is that when they're a zombie they have 0 HP, and the lower your HP is as a zombie with Valiant Knife, the more damage you do. And zombies don't really know who to target; they target whoever's alive. And if you are alive, they will target you on the right side of the screen, not just the left side of the screen. And those swings do pierce your defense, and they hurt.
Mm-hmm. Normally in the game, there is a check in the damage calculation steps where if you are a character and you are attacking another character, that damage is halved. But that does not apply. Well, that does apply to Valiant Knife. The problem is that Valiant Knife's damage calculation is that at the end, you get additional damage that is just straight up added on, and it's 1 point of damage for every point of HP that you're missing. So it winds up just being extremely dangerous. It's like fixed dice basically with the zombie.
Well, if you think about it, if in the damage formula, if we're taking your max HP and the difference between that and 0, that's if you're the same level as the guy next to you, that's the same amount of HP. So 4 or 8 of those swings coming out either direction, if you target yourself with all of them, you're not going to survive it.
So goldenshocker finally gets his skip online, or excuse me, gets his unlock online, and is splitting up his party, doing the wings first, it looks like, and then gonna reform.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna do the wings, the sides first, then reform, come up the middle. That also gives him the opportunity to get a lot of levels. What would you do here, Gar? We're at the 70-minute mark. The offense hasn't been very giving in this seed, but we do have some things going right for us. Would you feel the need to split it up like this, or would you what would you do in this situation if you're goldenshocker or mograe?
With double earrings, I think.
I'd basically do like the reverse of what goldenshocker's doing, where I would overload party 3 and then go up the middle, and then split up the wings, take the skip, and do the fight that way. And like what goldenshocker is doing right now, I think it's fine. It comes out to the same net effect.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that the way that I do it, you get peaks at the statues first, so you can better optimize your split. And then like the middle one kind of doesn't matter because you get your whole party there anyway.
I would almost be inclined, because we do have some things going right for us. I would almost be inclined to skip go in, peek one, and then reset, skip, go in, and peek the other, and just maybe form my party that way. That way, I have the optimal lineup against all 3 statue bosses. But if you don't feel good about one of those 3, that doesn't matter. Then you got to do this. But that's
Yeah.
another option we maybe could have done.
Well, and I think that mograe is actually doing what I was talking about, where you take your whole party and go up the middle,
Actually, he does.
and then you warp out, you do the wings.
Mm-hmm. From Mograe's standpoint, I think this is probably the right mood because it kind of goes along with his lines of he wants his shadow to get rock and rolling.
Yeah.
If that wasn't in mind, he does have Grand Train. Grand Train is one problem solver. Bahamut is another that could be shuffled around. And then really you can just kind of tag team the third one. But again, if he doesn't feel comfortable enough with any of those 3 fights, then it doesn't matter. Snowball for a Valiant Knife user is always nice.
Yep, you love to see it. But yeah, no, totally agree. And I think that's what Mograe's feeling right now, where like his shadow's level 30 compared to the rest of his party, which is in the upper 40s.
I don't know if I'll be able to.
So it's not bad. He's catching up. And the thing with the Valiant Knife is that you can do a lot of damage at low levels as long as your HP is decent, like your max HP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because remember, even if you only have 1500 HP and you're missing 1000 of it, an Octo V Knife user will still do 8k a turn. And that's nothing to scalp your head at, and that just scales so proportionately as these levels build and build and build. So he's probably approaching level 40. Yeah, he's 36 now.
Yeah. I did not notice him put on the offering for him though. It looks like he's just single swinging it.
I think he's just kind of babysitting Shadow more at this point in time. Shadow is not he is not a flower that has blossomed. He is still growing. He still needs some nurturing, some sunlight to get to where he needs to be. And when he has flourished, he will be given his offering.
Alternatively, if he's like me with plants, he gets shoved in a corner somewhere and then forgotten about for several months until you look one day at the corner and you see like this brown thing and you're like, what the heck is that? And you're like, oh, wait, that's Shadow.
All right, so we got a spicy chicken fight going on for goldenshocker. That means Goddess is in the middle lane for mograe, and obviously goldenshocker as well. For mograe's sake, if you're here, Poltergeist is probably the boss you want to see in the middle because that's the most difficult of the Warrior Triad. One of the more difficult bosses in the game. So a little bit of a bummer, but he can still do this to his Goddess and then peek one of the statues, and he'll know where the other one is.
Yeah. Biggest problem for goldenshocker, I think, is actually going to be that Goddess. I might be wrong about that, but because he doesn't have that offering, like the possibility of Love Token coming out is enough to basically shut down that lock.
Yep.
So really, it's going to be all Grand Train all the time.
Well, after these statue fights, and he will do the dragon, so he will have Ultima online for at least one character because he found Ultima rather late. But the statues do give 50 ability points, and then obviously a dragon gives you another 50.
Just under 130. Like that would be my best case scenario at this point.
Oh, so you see the power of the snow muffler there. That the Sobat that comes out from Inferno is a very heavy hitting physical attack. But it only did about 200 damage to Shadow.
130 is about my best case scenario.
Any other armor, he would have been dead. It's very cool.
Yeah. All right. So party reform here for goldenshocker. He will be going up the mountain. Round he goes one more time. And mograe is approaching his switches.
Yep, there is
I
Jadis.
don't remember where I put that noodle charm.
Yeah. So
I know what my best time on a
really,
house
it is
if that's how you feel about
very
it.
neck and neck here.
I mean,
It's kind of hard to
this
tell
is
who would you say
like,
was
aren't
the
you a
favorite right
great
here
hero
because they're
as well?
both at
Like,
different parts, but they both have
I
made
could
a lot of progress through
maybe
their statue fights or through their Kefka's Tower. So this is very much anybody's race here. This is neck and neck going through this.
Yeah, maybe a slight edge to mograe, but
yeah,
it's
that's
really
we're
close.
not far off. It was 110 even, so it was like 110 20 seconds, give or take.
New prediction
The,
in the chat, by the way. Who gets the final Kefka first? So use your channel points. Mograe or Goldenshocker? Who do you think is going to get to the Kefka statue switches
Yeah,
first?
if you can just fly from the beginning,
It's gotta be
like
Mograe.
this one was starting, like by all means you can.
yeah, I think it's mograe, but I also
could've
think that
bought
it's
me
going to be incredibly close.
Seed would have been over easily.
Well, I think when Golden Shockers, so Mograe just has 2 more fights to go, but Golden Shocker has a lot of walking, and I think he's gonna stop and do the Dragon 2 as well on his way up here.
In the drawing today.
Mograe
still have
warping
stack
out
on
already.
What do you call it?
I respect the
Savings,
play.
like my
And honestly, I guess in his situation, he's probably fine just because he's got that Bahamut, he's got Grand Train, and he's got the Valiant Knives that are able to be used. So,
Probably.
like, it kind of doesn't matter what you see here.
It's actually sad to say this, but I think that's actually the best person.
Yeah, looks like he's got his magic user and then his Valiant Knife separated. So it was his defense piercing attacks are kind of spread out, so he's just playing it a little safe overall. I think he'll be just fine getting through this. Again, we're just down to who can get through it faster.
I don't think. I haven't actually
And again, Mograe, as long as he can equip that offering, like right now. And there he goes.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's gonna give him like a significant damage boost. I think that both of our runners actually were kind of hoping to see, what is it, the Skull Dragon that drops the muscle belt.
Yes,
Muscle
indeed.
belt would be huge for Shadow.
Yeah, so we need to put some damage on that Shadow, because again, the lower his HP goes, the higher his swing damage will do. And Doom doing what he can to help him out. Never mind, he has that snow muffler equipped, so that's not gonna do him much good.
Yeah, Shadow also in the back row. And I don't actually hate this for the Valiant Knife, just because of how the damage formula for it works. But yeah, like you said, he needs to put a little bit of damage up. There you go. That'll help.
Actually, it looks like Golden Shocker's gonna pass on the dragon. Feels like he's good enough to get through this on his own.
Computer's lagging so bad. Like I've made a lot of movement.
Yeah, so second half of the Doom fight here for Mograe. What Doom does here is he just casts Reflect and Image on himself, and he starts shaking about for no good reason, acting like he's gonna do something, but he really doesn't do anything except die.
Well, sometimes he targets you, and he does the Demon Rage, and he one shots that party member, and you laugh and laugh and laugh, and cry a little bit maybe.
And then y'all go watch the Notebook together afterwards, and yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, the Notebook! Oh my gosh!
Did you know they have the Notebook on Broadway playing right now in New York?
I did not know that. No.
Yeah, my wife wanted to go for Valentine's Day, so obviously I got her something else instead.
Of course, as you do.
I've never been to New York, but I'm not a big fan of flying. But
I've been to a couple Broadway shows, and
I would go. I just wouldn't fly to New York to do it.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever ridden like a New York City subway at all in your life, but it is.
No,
it is an experience.
I have been inside the same county borders for 90% of my life. I've been to Boston one time. I've been to Charlotte and then the various cities in Texas. But do they put pineapple on pizza in New York?
Like the only person who's
As a New Yorker, I will not let you besmirch the good name of the New York subway. Yes, there are flashing lights in the subway.
I thought you were going to talk about people flashing you on the subway. I saw the little box highlight. I was like, oh, there's a bit coming.
I mean, I was never flashed on the subway. I was, however, aggressively marketed to. There was a guy selling like a 12-pack of socks. And he wanted like $3 for it.
What kind of socks? Hold on, go back.
It was like Hanes, you know, it was some regular Hanes socks.
I think so. Very important is the context of what year this happened in, because if this isn't the 90s, that's not a very good deal.
No, this
But
was 2022.
Oh, that's a very good deal. I would have took it.
I thought about it, but instead I just ignored him.
All right, well,
No,
in this economy,
no
that's
socks
a
for
risky
me.
move.
I have X.
Well,
So
as it turns out, I got socks from my dad for Christmas that
Oh.
year. So yeah, like
very nice.
20 pairs for some reason, and all of them are fantastic.
Nice. I am a big fan of the Kolhan socks. Unrelated to Final Fantasy VI, obviously, but Kolhan makes a great socks. Great pair of socks. And Mograe taking on his Poltergeist. He is almost through this. I think he's about... This will put him in the fourth quarter in terms of damage. And goldenshocker has made his way up to the big pineapple lady. And this is his last boss as well, so we're neck and neck to see who gets those switches first.
Yeah, so I think this Bahamut cast here that'll be it for Mograe.
Yeah, one more Bahamut. This spicy turkey should go down. Goldenshocker does have his full party for this though, so it should go down pretty fast. Oh no, we were mistaken. Out comes Merton.
Oh geez. Okay, well.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no, that's not what you want to see here. Get that Rebebify out fast, because a morphed realm that's a zombie might hurt.
Still in it for now.
Oh, but she is just slow enough to where
It's probably a close race.
the Revivify can come off and you can put in
Probably
her
Bahamut
turn.
is
So that's very nice.
Who's dragging my ass there. But
I wonder if that's a mechanic where like her ATB doesn't reset because she's morphed in a zombie when she comes back.
yeah.
Maybe,
All
maybe
right.
not.
I don't know.
All right, so Goldenshocker done with his fight. He's playing the menu boss right now.
I just saw
Mog-
I saw it tick over. It's going down. Very slowly though.
Okay, so both of our runners, both of them are done.
Just have to.
All right, no, Goldenshocker, go back to the menu. I had bet for Mograe to get there. Oh, he still has to walk his other three characters up, so we have a chance. Mograe might get the switch first. Get out of the menus, Mograe. Let's go. We got channel points right
Yeah,
on this.
we got stuff to do.
Yeah, we got a boss to kill. All right, Goldenshocker Yuzumaro is getting up there. We got one more walk around. Can Mograe just order your lunch? Just take the special. Let's go. Get out of the menu. Come on, safe. Yeah, there we go. Walk on up.
Go.
Go,
I
go,
need,
go,
I need
go,
that 10
come
channel
on,
points.
come on. Oh, no, he has one more.
Go down the
Come on.
thing.
No,
No, we got the menu.
it's just an experience thing. It doesn't matter. Go,
Put the
Mograe.
bonus on,
The
whatever, doesn't
hyper-
matter.
Come on.
No, I don't.
Oh, come on. Somebody.
Golden Shocker's gotta go in the menu. Let's go. Get out.
Who's going to get there?
It's
Mograe. Mograe,
Let's
yes.
go.
Amazing.
So, see, Rome has XM.
It's like a 2-second difference. My goodness.
What a thrilling race.
All right. So, guesses out in chat. How long is it going to take for our runners to defeat the tiers?
So,
We
Edgar.
start when that first opening note happens, and then we end when the crack pow happens, and you see the flash
Lock Edgar Stadium.
of Final Kefka dying before your eyes.
Let me see if I can do character select.
Yeah, so
The flash. The flash Like what's flashing now on Mogre's side, the flash. Thank you.
Thank you. So both our runners have Golem. Schwant's pointing out goldenshocker has access to instant death, but mograe doesn't.
Honestly, I should have just went.
But
Yeah, and that's
so-
potentially pretty big.
yeah, that may not allow mograe to hold on to his 2-second lead here.
Starting setup.
But we do have access to Shoat, which is kind of like instant death for tier 1. The long arm is weak to break or petrify, and that will instant kill him. It just won't work on tier 2.
Yeah, that X zone coming out there for goldenshocker swallows up the long arm in one shot, which is a rarity. And Shoat, meanwhile, same deal.
Yeah, reverse polarity from mograe. All that does is switches your characters from the front row to the back row and vice versa. Kind of annoying with that short arm sitting there because it makes his attacks that much more powerful. And we like to call tier 1 the armor check of Final Fantasy VI because you find out real fast with that short arm if your armor is up to par based on how much damage it does. But mograe doing well so far.
Yeah, 100%.
Outcomes
That head unfortunately just has so many rude things. So that dread comes out, petrifies realm, and now you got to spend a turn giving her soft, and that resets her ATB. So
Yeah, not a very good feeling to be casting Bolt 2 on your final Kefka, but you got what you got when your realm got petrified, and you're just trying to get through this.
yeah, goldenshocker's lock putting in some work even without that offering. So he is done with tier 1. So on to tier 2 for him.
Yeah, mograe surrenders his 2-second lead because he entered the switches first. On up goes goldenshocker. Mograe now done with his tier 1, so we have flipped pole positions. Goldenshocker taking the lead, but still very much anybody's race, and tier 2 can go sideways fast. Let's see what happens.
So both runners should have access to mute, so magic isn't really a consideration here. The only thing is going to be that tools, which is the lady in red there. It's not she's particularly dangerous or anything. It's that all of her stuff, except for maybe like tech laser, just has an animation time that takes forever.
Yeah, and compared that with some of the nastier things Tiger Face and Magic can do to you, it's kind of a cascading effect because you'll have a model come out followed by a Flare Star, followed by a Tech Laser on the one character you don't want it to happen to. Standing alone, none of those things are all that scary, but when you get thrown in your face consecutively, that's how tier 2 goes south for a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh my god, that Bahamut coming out though, like this damage is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, Bahamut, absolutely most damaging Esper, highest battle power Esper. Just a fantastic ability all around. Here's an Ultima sighting for goldenshocker that we mentioned earlier. Our first Ultima of the game, except for Senior Behemoth, if I recall correctly.
Yep. But we're not going to talk about Senior Behemoth.
No, we'll interview him after the race.
Yeah. Really, I think that Senior Behemoth is the winner of this. We made him so mad.
It's no longer a problem. I'll just
Yeah, another Ultima for Realm. Goldenshocker almost done with his tier 2. Mograe is still putting on the finishing polishes on his.
And there's the Death Quarter from Magic.
Yeah, and looks like we're doing a little bit of tidying up, a little shopkeeping on Goldenshocker side, while Mograe keeps pounding away.
yeah, that's the right call.
Yeah, another Ultima. You love to see it. So looks like Goldenshocker did some capturing to get some elixirs to fund his Ultima cast. Out comes 10 hits, so Goldenshocker is done with his tier 2. We're moving up to tier 3 before Mograe.
Yeah, but it's going to be close, though.
Yeah, this
I really
is.
don't like that he's even in range at this
Yeah, this is gonna be a photo finish. We're gonna be done
Like he could get media
very briefly here. Not much longer in these fights. for our runners.
I might actually.
Actually, I was mistaken. Mograe still has one more piece of the puzzle to unlock.
And he has just unlocked it, so I think he was really hoping that quarter would hit Shadow there. You want Shadow's HP to be like rock bottom, but
Yeah, especially for the back half of this tier 3 fight.
yep.
Out comes Burton for goldenshocker. His lock just survives. Remember, his lock has some valiant knives. And again, if he turns into a zombie, Lock's vision kind of gets a little blurry there.
Let me see where this leads me.
He doesn't know quite who to target.
He doesn't know friend from foe.
But Whirlwind on goldenshocker screen. Ooh, down goes Shadow. Down goes Shadow to the right
juicy.
number. Yep. That is huge. Elixir for his realm, but his Shadow is about to cook now. All that hard work about to pay off for Mograe.
Fail.
Yeah, so only thing that Mograe needs to do is bring out that golem, be a little careful.
Yeah, let's see how he plays this. So he's in danger if he swings with his Shadow, but he's going to go for it because this Shadow could push that in the medial phase. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay. So we got about 18. Ooh, and he survived. Ooh, look at that.
Look at that. It doesn't get much lower.
I was worried that I was going to just leave enough HP. That
Yeah, so
Golden Shock.
now Mograe just wraps this up.
Or 1400.
Yeah, goldenshocker moving out to tier 4, but as you can see, that Shadow is now doing 24k a turn. That is a very, very large number. So tier 4 will only take 2 rounds of turns for Mograe. Can goldenshocker maintain his lead?
I don't know, dude. This is gonna be super close because like Locke is doing a bunch of damage, but Shadow is doing a bunch more.
Yeah. Let's see. Tier 4 underway for goldenshocker. He's letting his Lock do the heavy lifting. That's 14k. The magic number is 62,000. That is how much HP this tier has, and that's how much damage we need to do. Ground train coming out. I believe we're going to be at 24k after
See
this.
if I can push him into the range.
Is he maxing out that Grand Train damage?
Oh no, excuse me. 20.
Not quite, but here comes the Ultima, so this should skip the fallen one.
My
yeah.
heart's saying for like 2.
Looks like Mograe is trying
Not gonna
to
lie.
push Final Kefka into just needing one Shadow Swing. Goner phase out for goldenshocker, so we were at the halfway point.
Yep.
Now we're in the 4th quarter. Out comes Grand Train. One more Ultima should do this for goldenshocker. Just a matter of can Mograe catch up?
Battle of the Triangles there. Here comes the Ultima.
There goes a Shadow Swing, but I don't think this is going to be enough for Mograe.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
there's
Crack
the
Pow
Pow
flashes on the
Shocker.
screen for goldenshocker. GG's to goldenshocker.
I won.
Mograe is just not going to be very far behind. He just has a little more damage to do. What a thrilling race.
If this doesn't do it, then the next swing will, but nope, there's the Crack Pow. So
So that was a 20-second difference in the finishes there. Or, excuse me, 16. That's as close as it gets between two very talented runners like Mograe and goldenshocker.
yeah, GG's to both racers. That was a fantastic race to watch. So once again, do want to remind you all that this race actually already happened. This was the week 6 race. So that was yesterday, 2 days ago when it happened. So up on the screen now, you can see the current standings. Both Mograe and goldenshocker are part of the Legend group. Mograe representing Team Crusader, goldenshocker representing Team Bahamut. So even if Mograe did win, unfortunately, it would not have affected the playoffs. But Mograe does not go down without swinging, and boy, did he swing pretty darn good here.
Yeah, he went out on his shield, and that's all you can try to do as a competitor. Is just give it your best go, even if the stakes are meaningless for you. And his best shot was just only 16 seconds short.
Yes, indeed. So once again, terrific race. Now, for this week is the first of our knockout stage. So Team Bahamut is the group's runner-up. Team Raiden with that squeaky clean 6-0 record. They are the ones who are going to be in the lead. So Team Bahamut going to go up against that Team Doomgaze that you see there.
Yep.
Team Gaze is the winner of the Nemesis group. So very, very exciting matches coming up. Like, look at
Which matchup in the knockaround are you most excited for, Gar?
You and me, baby. Let's go.
Oh yeah, Friday night, 7 Central, live from Madison Square Garden.
And I will be in Madison Square Garden. If you look for me, you'll find me. I promise.
Okay. Let's see if the Knicks play there. Maybe the Rangers play there as well. But I'll be there as well then.
Nice.
So we will have a lot of restreaming action going on this week with our knockout bracket. We're going to do our best to get all of the matches restreamed or showcased some way somehow. So be on the lookout for our Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide official Twitch, which you are already on because you know that. You found it. You found us. You're watching us. So great. Watch us some more. And see some of these great runners compete for the greatest title of all to be officially recognized as the greatest warring triad of all time.
Only one team can make it. And at this point, we have no idea which team that is going to be. So lots and lots of very exciting matches coming up. You do not want to miss any of this. So if you are not already following the FF6 Worlds Collide channel, please do so right now. It's real easy. Just click that one button. And hey, maybe you want to help us out a little bit. Click that sub button. All of the money from those subscriptions goes to good causes. So, and if you don't, that's fine too. We just hope that you had a good time watching our race today. Once again, I do want to thank mograe and goldenshocker for putting on such a fantastic show. Thanks to my co-commentator Drinks Glue for drinking that glue along with me. It is always a pleasure, sir.
Always, of course.
And then, of course, we got Turdsman pressing the buttons behind the scenes, and Dschwantz27, who we bullied into putting up the goddess thing every time we said the words flash or pineapple.
Or pineapple. Yeah, every time we said the word pineapple.
That was the perfect capper to the bit. That was great.
Yeah, every time we said the word pineapple, Schwantz had to flash the graphic up on the screen. Beautiful. All right, before we head off, Schwantz, Turdsman, is there anything else you'd like to plug, recognize, give a shout out to before we go?
Yeah, thank you guys for doing commentary, and thank you, Turdsman, for pushing all the beepity bops behind the scenes. We do have 2 upcoming events in marathons. Saturday, March 16th, 12 p.m. Eastern, noon time. It's going to be a 2v2 co-op multi-world race for Multithon. And then mark your calendar, Friday, March 29th, 7:45 Eastern p.m. Randothon, a Worlds Collide 4-way dance. Should be fun. Both of those marathons, I believe, are benefiting the National Alliance on Mental Illness, or NAMI. So those will be great. Your subscription money and donations and things like that will go towards a community donation during those events. So thank you so much for helping us out. Turdsman, am I forgetting anything?
I did want to give a quick plug to the YouTube channel. It's been getting a bunch of new uploads with all of the Warring Triad races that have been going on, and it is a really good resource to go check out. Something that you might want to see some extra little side strategies, watch people play that you might not have been able to catch the live stream. Stuff gets uploaded there pretty frequently, and I really appreciate it. I've been using it a lot during this particular event. So big ups to, I want to say Saberwolf has been putting a bunch of stuff up there lately, but very good YouTube channel.
Yeah, big shout outs to Saber Wolf.
I think that'll do it for me.
All right. Again, thank you everybody for watching, and we hope you all have a lovely Sunday evening.
Take care, everyone.
And bye bye, Pineapple.